Want me to break it down?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mind. Now, you guys know what this series is, and it's been a while since we've done something like this, but it's back. All right, smart rotations are back. There's no more brainless shockwaves and rift fish, and you know, I'm ready to make these videos again. And this series, for everyone that doesn't know, is a series that basically started off my channel and taught so many comp players how to play comp. A lot of those players, which are now tier 1 comp players, that were lacking those little bits of knowledge on how to rotate, on how to play specific parts of the game that I teach in here. So for everyone that doesn't know, this is a series where I literally watch my game live without pausing and tell you exactly what was going on in my mind and what my thought process was. So this video is short, and that is because I do die in the end game, right? My strength is knowing how to rotate for free. There still are mistakes that I make in end game, etc. But the rotates in this game are very, very good, and I want you guys to know, because a lot of you guys struggle on how to notice when there is a free rotate. So notice how zone is about to pull. I'm sitting silent in my box right now, and zone pulls.
Don't have zone. You can bounce to this side.
So I'm not fully focused on the game, right? Because I was playing DreamHack EU and I was just playing for fun. So now I look at zone, and I see that there's a bouncer already placed, right? There's 2 teams on my right.
I want to wait for this team up. This team above us is fucking...
And in my head, I'm thinking, I want to wait for the team above, but if I wait for the team above, they're never going to move. They're waiting for me. The team above is waiting for me.
Okay. Give me a bouncer.
So I go, let's bouncer to those builds on the right side where there's nobody. Right here, these builds on the right. Hide behind them, and then reuse this bouncer above. All right, so I get shot a little bit. It's, you know, it's pretty expected as teams are looking for surge, etc. And then we reuse this bouncer on the right. And now we're in zone. My duo partner got a kill, and we got a little refresh here.
4 peppers.
So we're just vibing. We made it into zone. It was pretty free. All I had to do was waste one of our fucking 6 big pots.
I can't commit first.
Okay, well, I'm under you, bro. I'm under you.
Wait, are you?
Yeah, I'm under you.
I have wait, do you want me to come to you?
No, where?
I have like a box here.
I'm stuck under you. Hold up.
Right here, I'm vibing. There's no really imminent danger. It's all my builds, basically. He's right above me. I do need to be getting to him. So I end up finding my way back up. It is really laggy, right? There's just natural endgame lag, as well as I'm on 100 ping. So now we're waiting, and here's one of the key rotations that I want you guys to pay attention to, is the rotation right after this one.
400 AR, do you need?
I'm vibing right now. I'm preparing for next zone, and my mind is on the mini-map. As an IGL, your mind needs to be on that mini-map. So I look at zone. In my head, I'm thinking right now, what's the freest rotation?
Here, pop this.
And I tell him to pop a pepper. I know how many teams are on my right. There's like 1 team on my right, 1 in that metal, and I know that there's nobody here because of dead side of moving zones, right? I'll make a video explaining what dead side of moving zones is, but you see how free this rotate was? We just got to the best spot on the map without taking a single hit, because of understanding how dead side of moving zones was. And I will make a video later this week, right before FNCS, for you guys on what dead side of moving zones is. I'll pull up a few maps and I'll explain to you guys how to calculate that, right? When you learn how to calculate dead side of moving zones, it becomes that easy to rotate, especially these later zones. And the hard part is those second, third moving zones, you know, the box fighting, etc. of it. And that's obviously where my weakness lies. So I tell him to go left. We're still popping a pepper. When you have a pepper, it's harder to get beamed, so you can build less. So I claim ulti low, knowing that we're gonna get below. We're gonna get there before everybody because we have a pepper and we're already on dead side. And I tell him to tank storm so that we can get a better position. It's okay to tank storm to get a better position. So those were the 2 main rotates I wanted you to focus on in this game. You're gonna notice I die shortly after to a mistake that wasn't about rotating. It was a dumb fighting mistake that I'm still getting over. So I tell him to swim left. I know this left side is also dead. There's nobody here. I don't even have to look. I don't have to look. It's just the way that moving zone dead side works. Okay. And I'll tell you guys how to calculate that in a video here shortly.
The shit.
I'm out of hearts.
So right here, I'm trying to cut everybody off,
can get
right?
you
You want to
all
be the
hearts, all
first.
hearts.
You want to basically tank Storm for a second, but not a full second, right? You tank Storm for basically 0.9 seconds.
Get on the wall, right?
And so you can cut other teams off because there was a team on our layer and I cut them off there. And I made the mistake of not coning my floor and then placing the wall behind him and boxing him off and cutting a teammate off. So I did everything right up to that point, and you know, I made the mistake in endgame, so I'm not gonna sit here and act. You know, I do make mistakes. But I wanted to show you guys understanding free rotates, right? Listen, guys, a key point to understanding free rotates is paying attention to your surroundings and knowing the way the mini map works. So when you understand what dead side is, which I will explain soon, I've already explained what a dead side rotate is for mid game. I haven't explained what a dead side rotate is for end game, right? So if you want to watch that video is up here somewhere. That video has taught a lot of people how to understand where there is nobody on the map. So that is my specialty, is knowing where nobody is on the map, right? When it comes to free rotates, you need to listen to your surroundings. So let's say there's 3 teams in the boxes next to you. If those 3 teams are fighting, they're not dangerous to you because they're paying attention to each other and they're not worried about who's rotating, right? So let's say there's a team across the map that's holding another team and they have eyes on you, but they're not paying attention to you because they're looking this way and they're shooting another team. So now that you know that this team is shooting another team and the 3 teams next to you are fighting, well, you can literally just beeline through the middle. And that's what you saw in this video. We just beeline because those teams were, first of all, either fighting or they were silent, right? When a team is super silent, as soon as zone hits, if you are super fast to rotate, you're able to go before they're even thinking, because a lot of teams aren't paying attention to that idea of having a plan ahead, right? And that's kind of one of the strengths of an IGL, is making sure your enemy is the storm. So as soon as zone pulls, a lot of these teams who might be looking for picks or they're not as smart, they're not paying attention, they already have a pre-plan. So over these next few days, over these next few weeks, I'm going to be releasing a few videos that go more into depth, whether it be less stacked games on how we won them, how to take height without shockwaves, things like that, on how to rotate, specifically focus around that, so that way you can lead your trio into better placements, top 50 placements, top 100 placements, if that's the knowledge that you're lacking. So if you guys did enjoy this video, I know this one was a little bit less info maybe than a lot of other Inside the Mines, just getting back into the hang of things, remembering how I used to do it and the flow that I had back then. So if you guys did enjoy that, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be making more educational content for you guys here shortly. So see you guys later. Peace.